The show Deadliest Catch thrusts viewers into the heart of one of the most dangerous professions on Earth, capturing the raw chaos and relentless fury of the Bering Sea as it punishes crab fishermen with towering waves and brutal winds. Beneath the excitement of high seas drama lies a haunting undercurrent of tragedy, a sobering tale of lives lost to the merciless ocean. Each season is a reminder of the sea's unforgiving nature, and as the icy waters continue to claim lives, one must ask, how many more must we sacrifice before we fully grasp the gravity of the risks these fishermen face? For nearly 2 decades, Deadliest Catch has captivated audiences worldwide with its unflinching portrayal of commercial crab fishing, showcasing the heart-stopping moments aboard vessels tossed by tempestuous seas, while peeling back the layers to reveal a deeper story, one of perseverance, profound loss, and the indomitable spirit required to survive in such a perilous environment. The question looms large. What drives these captains and their crews to return to the sea season after season despite the constant danger? The answer lies not only in the promise of financial reward, but also in tradition, pride, and a deep connection to the sea that defines their way of life. Alaska's frigid waters are no playground. They are treacherous, hostile, and often deadly. The fierce competition for crabs means that hundreds of boats head out, risking everything to haul in their share of the catch. The television series may focus on a few vessels, but the reality is far broader, with countless others also navigating these lethal waters, each with its own story of hardship and endurance. Every deck is a battlefield where one misstep can mean serious injury or death. Waves smash against a hull with relentless force, freezing winds cut through layers of clothing, and the decks become slick, icy gauntlets. But it's not just the physical challenges that weigh heavily. The emotional and psychological tolls are equally punishing. These men and women, driven by a mix of hope and necessity, are constantly tested not just by nature but by the ghosts of their own pasts. One of the most emotionally resonant stories in the series is that of Jake Anderson, a captain whose path to the wheelhouse has been paved with immense personal tragedy. Once homeless and battling substance abuse, Jake's struggles were already daunting before he was hit with even more sorrow. In Season 5, he received the heartbreaking news of his sister's sudden death while at sea, a moment that rocked him to his core. As if that weren't enough, just a year later, his father mysteriously vanished, only to be found dead in his abandoned truck. These crushing events could have destroyed anyone, but Jake persisted, returning to the sea with a fierce determination that spoke volumes of his resilience. Jake's story is just one of many that exposed the deeply human element of Deadliest Catch. Another example is Joshua Tell Warner, a deckhand whose secret past as a bank robber came back to haunt him. Between 2007 and 2009, Warner had committed a string of bank thefts before joining the show. When authorities connected the dots and arrested him in 2010, his promising television career ended abruptly, and he was sentenced to nearly a decade in prison. His tale was a shocking reminder that many of these seemingly heroic fishermen are also battling inner demons and difficult pasts. Reality television might glamorize aspects of their lives, but it cannot shield anyone from justice or personal consequences. Then there's Captain Sig Hansen, one of the most iconic and enduring figures in the series. Born on April 28, 1966, in Seattle, Washington, Sig is a fourth-generation fisherman who inherited both a love for and an obligation to the sea from his Norwegian father. By age 24, he had become captain of the Northwestern, fulfilling a legacy that had been years in the making. Throughout the show's history, Sig has been portrayed as a pillar of strength and leadership, mentoring younger fishermen like Jake Anderson and ensuring that his family name remains synonymous with Alaskan fishing excellence. His daughter, Mandy Hansen, has since stepped into the family business, pushing through skepticism in the male-dominated industry and proving herself capable of surviving and thriving in one of the harshest professions on Earth. Despite his commanding presence, Sig has not been immune to personal and professional hardship. His on-screen heart attack was a jarring moment for fans and crew alike, exposing the very real physical dangers that come with a life spent battling the elements. His close friendship with Captain Phil Harris added another layer of emotion to his journey. Phil's death was a deeply felt loss. During Season 6, Phil suffered a stroke, and in a raw and powerful moment insisted that the cameras continue to roll as he fought for his life. He ultimately passed away just days later, leaving behind his sons Josh and Jake Harris and an audience devastated by his loss. Since then, Josh has tried to uphold his father's legacy by captaining the Cornelia Marie, facing numerous personal and professional obstacles along the way. Jake Harris, on the other hand, has struggled more visibly, his battle with addiction playing out in and out of the public eye. His downward spiral, marked by run-ins with the law and attempts at recovery, serves as a harsh reminder of the mental health challenges many fishermen face after prolonged exposure to the stress and isolation of life at sea. The challenges faced by the crew members who film Deadliest Catch are no less daunting than those of the fishermen themselves. These camera operators spend up to 5 weeks on the vessels, capturing more than 30,000 hours of footage each season under the same perilous conditions. They must contend with saltwater damage, freezing temperatures, and the constant risk of injury, all while striving to document the raw intensity that makes the show so compelling. While some scenes are enhanced or refilmed for dramatic effect, the danger is never faked. What viewers see is largely the real deal, genuine high-risk labor carried out by people who put their lives on the line for every dollar earned. Financial hardship also looms large in the lives of these fishermen. Alaskan crew members often rely on state subsidies just to make ends meet, while out-of-state workers tend to earn higher wages. The 2005 implementation of the quota-based catch share system helped improve safety by allowing crews to wait for more favorable weather, but the Bering Sea remains one of the deadliest workplaces on Earth. Injuries, accidents, and fatalities are still a grim part of this industry. Over the years, the series has seen several high-profile exits, such as the Hillstrand brothers, who departed after a legal dispute, and Captain Elliot Neese, whose struggles with addiction led to his departure. Although he celebrated 90 days of sobriety in 2017, Elliot was arrested again in 2022 for drug trafficking, resulting in a prison sentence. His downfall is a somber illustration of how quickly personal demons can resurface, especially in an environment as high-pressure as commercial fishing. Tragedy hasn't spared the production crew either. One of the most shocking off-camera events was the murder of director Joseph McMahon, who was fatally shot outside his home. Other crew members like deckhand Nick Mavar have also succumbed to personal struggles, with Nick's death from a drug overdose shaking both cast and fans. These losses serve as painful reminders that behind the thrilling episodes are real people with real vulnerabilities, many of whom battle substance abuse, depression, and the lingering psychological effects of their experiences at sea. The path to becoming a commercial fisherman in Alaska may appear straightforward. Get a license, get a boat. But true survival demands grit, expertise, and years of hard-earned knowledge. Most of the individuals featured on Deadliest Catch have spent their lives on the water, learning from family tradition and personal trial. They know how to read the sea, navigate storms, and handle equipment in conditions that would send most people running. Even seasoned veterans like Sig Hansen face health scares and emotional challenges that never get easier with time. His 2 heart attacks were sobering events that tested his will and resolve. But his continued presence on the show underscores his deep commitment to his family, his crew, and the legacy he has built. It is this balance of hardship and humanity that keeps Deadliest Catch relevant and emotionally resonant. Unlike other reality shows that rely on contrived conflict and artificial suspense, this series delivers real stakes, real losses, and real courage. The storms are not metaphorical. The danger is not scripted. The people are not playing characters. They are living their truth under the harshest of circumstances. The Bering Sea is a violent and unpredictable arena where towering waves, freezing temperatures, and fatigue test the mettle of even the toughest crews. Teamwork is not optional. It is a matter of survival.